Whether you heard about cold plunging from Wim Hof, Andrew Huberman, your gym's recovery coach, or just a gym bro who wouldn't stop talking about dopamine, eventually you end up in the same place. You can buy a cold plunge tub, fill it with cold water, throw in some ice, and get cold. Or you can spend $9,000 on a sleek cold plunge with a chiller, filtration, ozone, Wi-Fi, lights, a cover, a warranty, and a product page that talks like it went to therapy. So why are you paying thousands more? Sometimes the higher price buys you something real: better cooling, better insulation, better sanitation, clear electrical documentation, stronger warranty coverage, and support that actually shows up when the chiller fails. Because, yes, the expensive rectangle full of freezing water has parts that can break. Other times, the higher price buys you a prettier tub, a vague promise, and a support process that turns into a scavenger hunt the moment your water stops getting cold. That's what this video is about. When I say a brand is robbing you blind, I'm not accusing every company here of fraud. I'm saying something much simpler. If a company charges premium money, it needs to prove that it offers a premium product and a premium ownership experience. Here's the bottom line. You should be able to see the proof: the safety certification, the sanitation plan, the chiller specifications, the warranty terms, the repair process, and the availability of replacement parts. The company that wants your money should also be ready to explain what happens after it has your money. Pause for a second. This isn't a BBB ranking video. The Better Business Bureau can flag complaints, response problems, and patterns of customer frustration. It can't tell you whether a chiller performs in hot weather, whether your water stays sanitary, whether the filtration system is adequate, or whether the tub earns its price. It's one signal, it's not the whole case. And with cold plunges, the case is much bigger, because a cold plunge isn't just a tub, it's an electrical appliance, it's a refrigeration system, it's a water treatment system, it's a sanitation routine, it's a freight delivery, and it's a warranty claim waiting to happen. For beginners, it's also a commitment device for a habit that most people haven't yet proven they will maintain. Tiny purchase, just water, electricity, bacteria management, warranty fine print, and your nervous system trying to escape your body. What could go wrong? Before we get into the brands, a quick safety note. Cold plunges are marketed for athletic recovery, mental clarity, and mood improvement. Yes, cold exposure can spike dopamine and norepinephrine, and there's research suggesting it activates brown adipose tissue. But those benefits are irrelevant if the product fails, the water isn't clean, or the electrical system isn't safe. Cold exposure isn't harmless just because influencers film it in flattering light. Cold water can trigger a cold shock response, including rapid breathing, an increased heart rate, and increased blood pressure. If you have concerns involving your heart, blood pressure, circulation, breathing, neurological health, metabolism, fainting, anxiety, or any other medical condition, speak with your doctor before trying cold plunges or beginning any cold exposure routine. Now, the test. Every brand in this video faces 6 questions. Can it prove that the electrical system is safe? Can it prove that the water stays clean? Can it prove that the chiller performs in real conditions, not just in a product page fantasy? Can it prove that the warranty protects the parts most likely to fail? Can it prove that the buyer won't be abandoned after the purchase? And can it prove that the price matches the ownership experience? Because with cold plunges, expensive is not the problem. Unsupported expensive is the problem. And one more thing. Filtration is not sanitation. Hear that again. Because some people in this industry would rather you didn't notice. A filter can catch debris, hair, dirt, particles, and whatever else your body brings into the water. Because the human body remains, against all odds, biologically inconvenient. But filtering the water isn't the same as disinfecting it. Ozone isn't magic, UV isn't magic, and self-cleaning isn't magic. If a tub recirculates water, chills water, stores water, and may be used by multiple people, then water care matters. NSF says cold tubs with circulation, treatment, or disinfection systems already fall within the scope of NSF ANSI CAN 50. And UL expanded UL 1563 in 2025 to cover powered cold tubs and ice baths. That means the serious question is not, does the product page sound clean? The serious question is, what exactly keeps the water safe and what does the owner have to do? With that test in mind, let's begin with the 3 cold plunge brands I wouldn't buy blind. Number 3 is the Cold Life. This isn't the same kind of warning as the others on this list. The Cold Life isn't some random mystery listing with a logo that looks like it was designed during a lunch break. It has a real brand presence. It has a clear vertical plunge concept, and for certain buyers, that design may be appealing. But the question is not, does it look cool? The question is, does the ownership proof match the price? The Cold Life's own warranty language says it provides a limited warranty for 1 year from the date of the original retail purchase. It also says the company may repair or replace covered defects at its discretion. That doesn't make the product bad, but it does force an important question. If you're spending serious money on a cold plunge and the expensive failure points include the chiller, pump, plumbing, controls, fittings, filters, and water care system, is 1 year enough? For some buyers, perhaps, but don't assume. Ask exactly what the warranty covers. Ask whether labor is included. Ask who pays for shipping. Ask what happens if the chiller fails in year 2. Ask whether the company sends a technician or sends you a box of parts and a troubleshooting email written in the emotional tone of "good luck." Then there's the water care question. The Cold Life's warranty terms state that failures connected to improper sanitation, poor water chemistry, improper installation, negligence, or misuse may be excluded. That's normal in this category. But it also means that your maintenance routine becomes part of your warranty protection. Before buying, ask the company to explain its required water care routine. What filter should be used? What micron level? What pump flow rate? What sanitizer? What testing schedule? What cleaning schedule? How often should the water be drained? And exactly what can void the warranty? Because cold water doesn't automatically mean clean water. Cold temperatures may slow some microbial growth, but they can also affect disinfectant performance. And cold water systems carry specific pathogen risks, including waterborne bacteria like Legionella that filtration alone won't address. Public health guidance concerning cold plunge tanks specifically flags waterborne pathogens, disinfectant limitations, recirculation, and the need for continuous disinfection. So, the Cold Life lands here as a premium-proof warning, not a runaway screaming brand, not a "this is junk" brand. It's a make them prove the ownership experience before paying premium money brand. That distinction matters. Sometimes the robbery is not that the product is terrible. Sometimes the robbery is that the buyer assumes a premium price includes premium protection, and the paperwork, where the rubber really meets the road, quietly disagrees. The second brand on this list is Iced Plunge. This is the clearest warning on the list. At the time this video is being produced, Iced Plunge's BBB profile carries an F rating. The BBB says the company isn't accredited and lists 2 reasons for that rating: failure to respond to 10 complaints, and the length of time the company has been operating. The BBB also lists the business as having been in operation for 1 year. That doesn't prove that every Iced Plunge product is defective. It doesn't prove that every customer had a bad experience. But in this category, it matters. A cold plunge isn't a yoga mat. If a yoga mat company ignores you, you're annoyed. If a cold plunge company ignores you, you may be left with a dead chiller, leaking hoses, cloudy water, a warranty dispute, and an expensive tub that has become a monument to your optimism. There is water. There is electricity, there is refrigeration, there are pumps, there are fittings, there are parts that eventually need replacing. And there are support questions that can't be answered with a discount code and an inspirational quote about resilience. Public BBB reviews on the company's profile include buyers alleging non-delivery, refund difficulties, and a lack of response. Again, those are customer allegations. They are not court findings, but the BBB's own rating explanation is enough to raise the alarm. Before buying from any newer cold plunge company, especially one with public response problems, ask for the boring documents. Ask for the legal business name, the physical address, the warranty, the return policy, the chiller make and model, the safety certification, the pump specifications, the filtration plan, the parts list, and the repair process. If the company can't provide clear answers before the sale, don't expect clarity after the sale when your money has already left the building. That's the test. And right now, Iced Plunge doesn't clear it for me. The company at number 1 on the Be Careful list is Plunge. This is the biggest name on the warning side. To be fair, Plunge isn't a no-name brand. It has strong brand recognition. It has real customers who like its products. It has products that reviewers have tested and recommended. It has a polished buying experience. And it has a major presence in the cold plunge category. That's exactly why it belongs here. When a brand becomes one of the defining names in a category, it should be held to a higher standard. And right now, there are enough ownership questions that I wouldn't buy a Plunge system blind. The BBB currently lists Plunge with an F rating. The BBB says the company isn't accredited and gives 2 reasons for that rating: failure to respond to 19 complaints and 37 complaints filed against the business. Again, that doesn't prove that the products are bad. It doesn't prove that every complaint is fair. It doesn't erase positive reviews, and it doesn't mean that every Plunge customer is unhappy. But it does tell you this: before spending thousands of dollars, you need to understand the support process in writing. Plunge's own warranty pages indicate that many of its cold plunge products and chillers are covered by 1-year limited warranties, including Evolve chillers and several tub models. 1 year. For a premium water and refrigeration system, that's the issue. A cold plunge isn't just a shell. The expensive problem is often not the tub itself. It's the chiller, the pump, the controls, the filter housing, the plumbing, the electrical components. All the parts that make the system more than a cold bathtub with ambition. Ask Plunge the uncomfortable questions before buying. If the chiller fails after the warranty ends, what does a replacement cost? If the filter housing leaks, who repairs it? If the unit arrives damaged, who handles the freight claim? If the app or control panel fails, is it covered? If the repair requires a technician, who sends that technician? If you purchased third-party protection, does that replace Plunge's responsibility or complicate it? If the unit is installed outdoors, which weather conditions void coverage? If you use the heating feature, what limitations apply? You need answers. Public BBB complaints include customer allegations involving leaks, chiller failures, electrical issues, repeated repairs, and warranty frustration. Plunge disputes some customer characterizations in its BBB responses. That matters too. You shouldn't treat complaints as proven facts simply because they are dramatic. But the broader lesson for buyers remains clear. A premium brand shouldn't make you guess how premium support works. If you charge premium money, you need premium proof. For Plunge, the product may be polished, but the warranty and complaint record mean I wouldn't buy it without first getting the service process in writing. Now let's look at the other side of the coin. Let's talk about the hidden gems I uncovered. A hidden gem doesn't mean perfect. It doesn't mean cheap. It doesn't mean the company will tuck you in and read its warranty terms by candlelight. It means the brand gives buyers enough proof to be taken seriously. Clearer value, clearer ownership trade-offs, clearer warranty structure, clearer product logic, and less of the wellness fog that makes every tub sound like it was blessed by a neuroscientist and a mountain stream. Number 4 on the hidden gem list is Ice Barrel. You may be surprised to learn that Ice Barrel earns this spot because of its simplicity. And simplicity matters more than people think. The cold plunge industry has a bad habit of treating complexity as value. Add a chiller, add Wi-Fi, add lights, add ozone, add a touchscreen, add an app, add heating, add a monthly subscription, add a warranty page that requires a law degree, and a snack. And somehow, the buyer is supposed to believe that every additional part is an upgrade? Not always. Sometimes the best cold plunge is the one with fewer ways to fail. Ice Barrel's strongest lane is the simple plunge setup. The company offers barrels with limited lifetime warranty language covering the barrel itself. Its chiller carries a 1-year manufacturer's warranty. That distinction matters. If you buy the barrel as a simple manual cold plunge, the value proposition is clear. You're buying a dedicated tub. You're managing the ice. You're managing the water care. And you're not pretending that it is a fully automated spa system. That's honest. If you add the chiller, treat it like every other chiller-based setup. Ask about the chiller warranty. Ask about filters. Ask about replacement parts. Ask about sanitation. Ice Barrel earns hidden gem status because it doesn't need to win the luxury arms race. It wins for the buyer who wants a simple, durable, understandable setup. If you're brand new to cold plunging, that may be exactly what you need, because your first cold plunge doesn't need to be beautiful. It needs to answer one question: will you get in? And for those just starting out, yes, a stock tank with ice works too, but that's a different conversation for a different video. There's no shame in buying simple, but let's be honest, there's some shame in spending $9,000 to discover that you hate cold water. The shame is tiny. But financially, there's some crisp shame there, isn't there? The number 3 hidden gem is Desert Plunge. This is the best pick in the value lane. Understand, this isn't the luxury pick. This isn't the "my backyard looks like a recovery spa owned by a venture capitalist" pick. This is the pick that asks, can we get genuinely cold water, solid insulation, and a chiller setup without pretending the tub was engineered by NASA? Desert Plunge's published materials describe a grizzly cooler base build, foam insulation, a lockable lid, a 1/4 horsepower chiller, a 1,200 gallon per hour pump, filtration, and cooling down to 39 degrees Fahrenheit. Those are useful specifications, not perfect, useful, because with cold plunges, flow rate matters, insulation matters, cooling range matters, power draw matters, and the real-world setup matters. Desert Plunge makes its value proposition easy to understand. An insulated tub, a chiller, a pump, cold water, and a lower price than many luxury systems. That's good, but don't stop reading. Desert Plunge's warranty page lists a 1-year limited warranty. It also includes exclusions involving misuse, negligence, improper maintenance, aftermarket parts, accidents, and acts of nature. That's not unusual, but it means buyers need to understand exactly what they are accepting. A value pick can still have a short warranty. A value pick can still require serious water care. And a value pick can still require proper maintenance. A 50-micron filter isn't a complete sanitation plan. It's filtration. You still need to ask which disinfectant or sanitation protocol the company recommends. How often should the water be tested? How often should filters be replaced? When should the tub be drained and cleaned? CDC Public Aquatic Guidance treats disinfectant levels, pH monitoring, turnover, tank cleaning, and record keeping as genuine operating concerns. Your backyard plunge isn't a public pool. Obviously, congratulations. You're not running a municipal aquatic center, but the principle still matters. Water needs management, not vibes. Desert Plunge earns hidden gem status because the buyer can see the trade-off. You're not buying luxury polish. You're buying a practical cold water setup with visible specifications and a lower price. Just don't confuse value with having no responsibilities. Hidden gem number 2 is Renew Therapy. I rank Renew as a premium hidden gem, with one giant caveat. The caveat is the chiller. Renew's warranty page says its plastic tubs, including the Cold Stoic 2.0, Cold Stoic 3.0, Vero, and Aurelius, carry a 5-year limited warranty for residential use. But the same warranty language says the water chiller is covered for 1 year from delivery, unless the buyer purchases an extended warranty. Renew says the extended chiller warranty adds 4 years after the original 1-year warranty, bringing the total chiller coverage to 5 years. That's important, because when you hear 5-year warranty, your brain relaxes. Don't let it. Your brain is trying to conserve calories. It's lazy. It also once believed that buying a juicer would change your life. The chiller is the heart of a powered cold plunge. If the chiller is covered for only 1 year by default, the 5-year tub warranty may not mean what some buyers assume it means. That said, Renew still earns hidden gem status because the company is more transparent than many of its competitors. The Cold Stoic 2.0 product page lists the price, cooling down to 39 degrees Fahrenheit, a 0.25 horsepower chiller, advanced filtration, ozone purification, a 95-gallon filled capacity, dry weight, filled weight, a 120-volt, 15-amp power requirement, and the product dimensions. That's useful. A buyer can evaluate the setup. The warranty page also explains exclusions involving water leaks, poor water chemistry, neglected filter care, freezing conditions, power outages, low water flow misuse, and neglect. It says that most repairs or component replacements will be performed by the customer. It also describes limited reimbursement for an approved service provider when the customer can't complete a repair. That's not perfect, but it is clear. And clarity matters. A hidden gem doesn't mean no risk. It means that you can see the risk before you buy. Renew is for the buyer who wants a more finished, premium residential plunge and is willing to read the warranty carefully. The correct question is not, does Renew have a 5-year warranty? The correct question is, does my exact model have 5-year coverage on the parts I care about? And what happens to the chiller after year 1? Get that answer in writing, then decide. At the top of the hidden gem list, brand number 1 is Blue Cube. Blue Cube is expensive, painfully expensive. So why is it a hidden gem? Because this is what premium proof is supposed to look like. Blue Cube's own frequently asked questions page says its cold plunges include a 3-year, full coverage residential warranty covering parts and labor. It also describes a 1-year full coverage commercial warranty. The company says the coverage includes components, plumbing, electrical systems, and labor. Depending on the tub material, it also lists longer structural coverage, including 15 years for the stainless steel tub and frame on the C1, along with longer coverage periods for other tub materials. That's the point, not the word luxury written in enormous letters, not premium recovery paired with a slow-motion shot of rippling water. Actual coverage, parts and labor, components, plumbing, electrical, technical support, and the availability of on-site support. That's the kind of ownership story premium brands should provide. Blue Cube also publishes more detailed setup information than many competitors. For example, its C1 product page says the unit requires a dedicated 110 or 120 volt 20 amp circuit. It also includes a Leviton G FCI self-test plug in a NEMA 520p configuration. That's not sexy, it's useful. And useful beats sexy when you're buying a water and electricity machine that costs more than some used cars. Blue Cube isn't the budget choice. It may not be the right choice for most beginners. If you're brand new to cold plunging and have no idea whether you'll still use it after a holiday weekend, don't begin here simply because the warranty looks better. That's how people buy expensive identities instead of useful products. But for a committed buyer who wants a premium system and expects premium support, someone who may also be pairing it with contrast therapy, alternating between a sauna and a cold plunge as part of a structured recovery routine, Blue Cube is the strongest hidden gem on this list because it understands the assignment. If you charge premium money, show premium proof. There are several brands I'm not placing in either category yet. Sunhome, Hydrogun, Energize, Nordic Wave, Mo ROH Redwood Outdoors, and Polar Monkeys. Some may be excellent for the right buyer. Some may belong in a future budget versus luxury comparison. And some may become hidden gems after more direct document checks. But I'm not forcing them into this ranking simply to make the numbers look tidy. That's how you create fake certainty. And the internet already has enough fake certainty. It has a surplus.